Hello, and welcome back to Trying to Figure It Out. Joining me this week is an actress, a producer, a New York Times bestselling author. What? We need to talk about this. And an expert on the LA food scene, Lily Rosenthal. Welcome to Trying to Figure It Out.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Who would have thought in 2016 when we met that we would be sitting here doing this right now, first off?
Not I. For one, not I. I am so proud of you. I just want to say,
Thank you.
Every time I see one of your gorgeous videos on my TikTok, I'm like, that's my girl, Allie. She's doing it. So
you
proud
are
of
the
you.
best. I feel the same
God.
way about you. I literally watch your journey. Also, I get
So
pretty
nice.
much all my food recs from you.
Do you really?
Like, literally, your stories send me places. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I'm so glad.
Found oyster. Thank you.
Beautiful,
Thank
right?
you.
The
That
fish
is my-
dipped? Have you tried that?
Everything.
Beautiful.
We both went to USC, and we lived on the same floor in the same hall of the New North dorm, which is, if you went to USC, you know what that is. And if you didn't go to USC, it's one of the dorms there. It's like a popular dorm for freshman year.
Like the most popular dorm.
Definitely the most popular.
It was the party dorm. It was the dorm where like the shower sometimes didn't work.
It was a shithole.
And it was not well kept.
It was the worst dorm, but the most popular one, which was a hot take. But we met because we were neighbors. When we were at USC, I really didn't know who you were. I just knew you were a girl named Lily Rosenthal. And I was like, oh, she lives with Jolene. And I know her through this person. And I see her here and there and whatever. And I think it was like later into our friendship that I discovered that your family is very involved in Hollywood. I actually had no idea.
Really?
I grew up watching Everybody Loves Raymond. My family was like, my grandma specifically, who is truly like the closest person in my life, she is obsessed with Everybody Loves Raymond.
No.
If there's ever something she's watching on TV, it was that or King of Queens. Like, we were obsessed, and I didn't really like think much about it, but it was just always on, and she was always watching it, and I was always watching TV with her. So I can't, like, I'm pretty sure I've seen every single episode. And I had no idea that your dad was the creator of the show and the writer. Like, I had no idea. And then I also realized that your mom is in the show.
Yes.
And I was like, what the fuck? I grew up, you know, watching your family on TV. Little did I know that that was your childhood. So I kind of just want to know what it was like for you growing up on set and like what that experience was, because for me it's obviously so foreign. And then I moved to LA, and now I meet all these people who are like related to people and grew up in that scene, and I'm just curious.
It's so funny though, quickly, that you say you watched the show. I'm always shocked when people our age have seen it or know it.
Because it's not common for people our age.
No, it's really like the parents,
My
the
grandma.
grandparents. Like, it's not Friends. It's not like about when you're young and fun and whatever. It's like real life is what, you know. But growing up on that set was unbelievable.
I can only
It was
imagine.
so fun. I mean, I would leave school and go to the sound stage and see all these wonderful, funny people all the time. And I got to like watch my dad be in charge and like say, this works, this doesn't work, let's try this. And I fell in love with that way of, that form of work where like you could have so much fun and laugh all day and be on a stage with your friends and then go home, be home for dinner at 6 o'clock. That was like a rule on set.
That's amazing.
Everybody had to be home by 6 p.m. so they could have dinner with their families. My dad always said,
Was that his
if
rule?
you want to write about a life, you have to have one. And like,
that's not really common in
it's
Hollywood.
not. Hours are crazy now in the industry. I mean,
my God.
in most industries, the hours are crazy.
Absolutely.
But for film, like sometimes you're working nights and like, you know, 6
it
p.m.
changes
to 6
every day.
a.m. I mean, it's wild, right?
Truly.
So the set was so kid friendly, like all the kids growing up, we would all be there. Craft service, we were kind of known
craft
for the
service
craft
is the
service of being like the best craft service of any show. My dad made it such a point to have great food for the people that he worked with because he knew that, he always says, food is the great connector. And so like if you are at the craft service table and there's, you know, crab that's been shipped in from Joe Stone Crab, you're going to be like, wow, this is amazing.
That's insane.
This is crazy, right? If you have a great meal, you're talking to the props guy, you're talking to, you know, whoever, and now it's a family. Now people are talking and celebrating, enjoying work. And that's all you want in life, is to enjoy what you do.
I'm so happy to hear that you had that experience, because I'm sure it can be hard for, you know, some people to grow up with parents who are on set and working in that world. Like, not everyone has that same experience. So I'm
for sure
so glad that it was so amazing for you.
Exactly. It was great. And then also, you know, my mom was there too. Yeah. And like, that was so fun. I remember I loved, as a little child, I loved when she had the wedding episode. In it, she's in like full glam and a beautiful wedding dress. And I remember seeing her in that, and I was obsessed. I was like, oh my God, my mom is so pretty right now. I was so excited. And from then on, I was always like, can I come like sit in the makeup? Like,
just trying it out.
It was so fun. Everyone was so kind. So yeah, just the best.
I love that. I'm so happy to hear that. It's like truly refreshing. Another thing about you is your love for food and being a foodie. You've told me before, and you've spoken about it publicly, that you don't cook and no one in your family cooks.
It's true.
But you absolutely adore food and love bonding over food, love trying new restaurants. Like, it's a huge part of you and your work and your brand and your family and everything. So can you tell me a little bit about where that started, and maybe start back with your dad and like where that love came from for him?
So when my dad was growing up, food was not a thing in the household. Like, just my grandmother was not the best chef. I thought she made a great matzo ball soup. I thought she was lovely, but my dad did not love her cooking. And so when he got to college, he tried garlic for the first time, and like insane garlic, right? Garlic. He was so excited. He was like, what are these like little white pieces in the tomato sauce? And someone was like, garlic? And he was like, garlic, yes, I love garlic. And so, you know, that was his first encounter with like food with real flavor. From that point on, he just would save up all his money, and once a year, him and his best friend, they would go to this one dinner a year that was like a fancy restaurant, and they would split the bill, and they were so excited to get all dressed up. And that is how he lived his life for a while. He would save up so that he could eat a really good meal, and he would save up so he could travel and try really good food in a different place, right? Like, that is where his passion has always lied. But he's funny. And so he got into writing. He started as an actor, but he got into writing and all this stuff. And he made it a point to always have, you know, good food around, but writing really was the driving point. When Everybody Loves Raymond ended, he went to Russia to film a documentary about turning Everybody Loves Raymond into the Russian version.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And it became the #1 show in Russia. It was like a whole fun thing. Okay. But he was on camera, like in front of the camera, in a documentary format for the first time. Mm-hmm. And it got some good attention. And they said, we love you in front of the camera. Would you want to do anything else? And he was like, I love to eat and travel. What if I had a show where I ate and traveled the world? It took like 10 years to get that done. But it's his true passion, and he's instilled that passion into my brother and I. When I was a little kid, he would have us try everything under the sun. Mm-hmm. He was always so excited. He would take us to the fancy restaurants so that we knew about, like, you know, it's very privileged. We got to try caviar and foie gras, and like, I remember I would come back to school after like summer break, and they'd be like, Lily, how was your break? And I was like, it was great, I had caviar. And they were like, fuck you, kid.
You were that big.
Yeah. And so he then started investing in restaurants, and that really grew my connection to the LA food community. Just meeting all the chefs, the restaurateurs, and, you know, the people that work in the restaurants. And yeah, that's how we got started.
Was there like a favorite or like a staple go out dinner for you guys? Like, what was like
when I was a kid?
I know that you guys were always like trying new spots and like going out to meals together as a family was like a big thing for you guys. Yeah. So was there a spot that was like the most consistent spot?
Yes. Dim sum on Sundays at Sea Harbor.
Where's
in
that?
The San Gabriel Valley.
The best dim sum is over
Best
there.
dim sum
It
is
really
over
is.
there. People, go to the San Gabriel Valley and get dim sum. You will not regret it. This place, though, Sea Harbor, is truly, I still go to this day. It's one of my absolute favorite places in this city, in the country. It's fantastic. You have to go.
Okay.
We will go together.
You know what?
I will take you
We're
there.
making that happen.
We're making that happen. You need it. But we would go there, and I remember, like, after camp, I would come home. I went to, like, a nice little Jewish sleepaway camp, and I would come back, and I'd be like, the first thing I need is dim sum at Sea Harbor.
All right. I love it. So, as a kid, were you ordering off of the kids' menu, or were you just, like, full force ready to go?
Yeah, no kids' menu. I never had a problem with eating,
Anything.
Yeah.
Except maybe mustard.
Exactly. So, like, I was always an adventurous eater, but as you get older, your taste changes. Like, that's just a part of life. So, like,
It's so true.
I didn't like mustard when I was a kid, and then I kept trying it, and now I love it. You know?
Despite all the different foods you've tried from all over the world, I do know you don't like spicy food.
Oh my God, how do you know that?
You told me, but also I did my research on you, and I know you don't like spicy food. So what is up with that?
Okay. It's actually something that is so embarrassing because I'm surrounded by all these food people all the time, and they're like, you gotta try this stunning, like, jazz burger from Jitlada. Take a bite. And I'm like, oh no. And
you won't even do it though.
I'll try it, but I'll ask, how spicy are we talking? Because, like, I can handle a little, like, hot sauce on a breakfast burrito. Gorgeous. But, like, Sichuan heat, I cannot handle it. Like, it really hurts.
It's painful.
It's painful. And I don't find joy in the painful eating.
Oh, that's fair. Horseradish on your oysters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
See,
I don't consider that spicy.
But like a spicy cocktail sauce with horseradish, that doesn't bother you?
No, that's totally fine. Have you ever had horseradish on salmon?
No.
Try it. It's lovely.
I'm definitely going to try it. I'm
salmon.
all for your tips. Okay, so tell me a little bit about these infamous Sunday pizza nights at your house.
Oh, yes.
Because I just want to hear the whole thing.
Yes. Okay. My father has been doing movie nights since he was so young. Order in pizza, watch something on the little black and white TV. All his friends came over. He's been doing that forever. And now it's evolved. He built a pizza oven into his home, and he built a theater, and we have these special guests come. So we'll show a movie that features them, or they wrote on it, directed, whatever, and they will do a Q&A after. It's so fun. The pizza segment is from 6 to 7. So people show up, and we have our friend making pizza, Daniele, and Daniele Uditi, an incredible chef, by the way, Pizzana.
Oh,
if you know it.
I love Pizzana.
Yes, he's
amazing.
Unbelievably talented.
So good.
We just love him so much. So he'll come, he'll make some pizzas, he will do some, like, gorgeous antipasti situations, he'll do, like, a salad and burrata with prosciutto.
I'm inviting myself.
Yeah, you're coming. You're absolutely coming. And people come, they either bring, most of the guests will either bring, like, a bottle of wine or, like, some form of dessert. That's, like, the only thing we don't typically, like, have there.
Yeah.
People like to bring cookies or whatever. Okay, very nice. Everyone's sitting, enjoying, lovely. 6 to 7, 7 o'clock into the theater. My dad likes to show a little music first, like a little opening act, if you will.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it like a performance, or is it like on the screen?
It's on the screen. No one in the audience
does
is
someone like
standing
get up there and start playing the ukulele?
Unless you, Allie, would like to come and perform.
I'm okay. I will be eating pizza.
Yeah. So he'll show, usually it's a Bruce Springsteen number from a live show.
Amazing.
You know, something like that. He loves Bruce or Prince, something. And then he'll show a movie, and either it's like a remastered old film or a brand new film that is in theaters, and we'll have a special guest come and give some commentary and answer questions after.
That's so sick.
It's been unbelievable.
How consistently does this happen?
This happens when he's in town. It's every Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a lot. It's a lot on my mom.
It's
a lot of hosting. I think that, like, you know, he gets a lot of the praise for, like, being the face,
the orchestrator, but your mom is really
exactly
the Oz behind the curtains.
My mom, it's like, it's her home, it's her, like, space. She loves it, but she also loves her peace and her quiet. So, like, you know, in relationships, marriage, a lot of compromise. That's one. That's for sure one.
Fair. Super fair. Do you feel like as a kid, like growing up, that you felt like this was kind of like a crazy way to be growing up? I mean, it obviously brought so much more good than anything, but did you ever feel how crazy it was or how out of the norm it was?
Absolutely. There were a few times where, like, I would be in my pajamas, like, as a tiny child, and I would want to ask my parents something, but I would have to go downstairs, and I was upstairs with a babysitter because, like, when I was really little, like, you can't be up late. It's a Sunday school night.
Boundaries.
You know? Yeah. And so my brother and I, we once sat my dad down and said, we don't like movie night. We don't like all these people in our home.
Because we're locked up
every Sunday. Please stop. And my dad was so upset because he was like, this is my favorite thing. What do you mean you don't like it? It's very nice. And so we grew to love it. But we definitely, it took getting used to. And then, of course, there were, once we understood how special these were, like, we understood that we should not be taking it for granted.
Of course.
It's such a privilege to have people that work in the industry, like, and work on the film that you're about to see. You're with them. You're having pizza with them. You're drinking wine with them. You're bonding. So, like, that's such a gift to meet creative minds like that. And so we learn to appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You've said before that you have truly the best dad in the world. Do you feel like there was or is any pressure on you to fill his shoes, or, you know, was that the pun? An unintentional pun?
Fill his shoes.
That was silly. It just hit me afterwards. But do you ever feel like there is pressure on you to work in a certain space, be involved in something that maybe you might not have wanted to have been involved in?
When I was in 10th grade, I had a full breakdown because I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. Everyone had their thing. Everyone was, you know, on the soccer team, in choir.
Yeah.
I had none of those things. I was not interested in anything like that. I like to watch TV, and I like to analyze it and talk about it and say, like, oh, that's crazy. That doesn't track because in the last episode, the hat was green, and that's...
Continuity is my favorite thing to look out for in shows, by the way.
Same. My dad said, you know, I think you're going to be a director. I just see you're always analyzing the things you're watching. You know when something is funny. You know when it's not. Let's bring you to work with me while I film this pilot during your spring break. I was like, okay. So I went with him, and it was a pilot for Fox. It was on the Fox lot, and it was about Henry Winkler. It was called Winklers, and I became so close with everyone on that set, and we just had so much fun. And I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. Like, it's like I forgot from childhood that, like, that made me happy, and I felt really comfortable on a soundstage, and, like, you know. And so when I then decided that that's what I wanted to do as a career, I chose USC for the film school and chose a major where I could study film as, you know, as a major for my degree. But I think that while I was there, I was like, I don't know if I'm good at this. I don't know if I'm good at writing. I don't know if I'm good at directing. I don't know if I just think I'm good because I grew up in it. And so, like, yeah, I don't know. It's a scary place to be because you have a father who has done extremely well in that field.
Yeah.
And if you're not as good, you're constantly compared no matter what happens. If you're good or you're bad, you're either, either way. So during the we graduated during the pandemic, right when it started.
I never really graduated. I never went.
I didn't go either. I graduated in my front yard.
Me too.
Yes. Beautiful.
It was just me and my grandma. We probably watched Everybody Loves Raymond at some point that day.
Stunning.
We had a little cake and ate some food, and I stood outside in my little
That's a graduation.
cap and gown.
But by the way, isn't that great for all your family members that didn't have to go to a graduation that day?
My divorced family, yes. I look back and I'm like, I used to dread my graduation. I'm like, add that to one of the things I don't have to worry about. Like the next thing is my wedding.
No one has to sit in the heat. We're fine.
I'm Everyone's good with it. Good. No dinner with both parents sitting.
None of it.
Thank you.
None of it.
Thank you for that, COVID. If I have one thing to thank you for, it is that.
So during the pandemic, we got really into the food space, and I started this thing called Live a Lil.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, where we brought restaurants together for collabs. And that really immersed me in the food scene way more than I had previously been.
Yeah.
I kind of realized that the food space was just more comfortable for me. I felt like I knew the people there more, and there was all these people in the film and television industry that I was friends with that did not make me feel good about myself at all. Yeah. I felt like every time I was with those friends, they would be looking over my shoulder to see if someone more famous came in.
Yep.
And when I was with my food people, everyone was just so excited to see me and hang, and it feels good to feel celebrated by people around you. And that's kind of what kind of gave me that push. And then I realized wow, and with that I have no feeling of am I gonna surpass, am I gonna be okay, is my talent there, and so with the food I just never felt nervous because I felt like it really brought me joy and I really knew what I was talking about. So yeah, that definitely that father figure, not fear, but feeling of maybe not being what I want to be, didn't exist in the food space, and that's why I enjoy that space a little more.
I mean, you do so many things, and I feel like it's so, again, as someone who knows you, it's so easy to separate you from your family ties, even though that's a huge part of you and you're super close with your family. Everything that you do feels very you, and it feels very separated from what you have and what you've experienced in your life. So I think that that's an amazing thing about you.
Thanks, Allie. Of course. I love this podcast. I'll come every day if you want.
Oh, I would love that. We could just make it our podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you are launching a podcast.
Yes,
it is called Hot Pastrami. You are taping it at Cantor's Deli. That is the location of the podcast, which I think is incredible.
So fun.
I had Cantor's the other night in bed. I did.
My God, gorgeous. What'd you have? Okay, beautiful.
And some pickles.
Beautiful. Of course. You need the pickles.
What else?
You can't have matzo ball soup, no pickle. That's crazy.
So tell me a bit about the podcast and who you're doing it with and what the vibe is.
So my co-host, his name is Alex Cantor. He is the 4th generation of Cantor's Deli. Alex was my camp counselor when I was a kid.
Way.
And he was the coolest kid at camp and the coolest kid in school. We also went to the same elementary school. And I just remember being so nervous around him all the time. And then we grew up and he created this app, this food space app, and got really involved in the tech side of things, and he is now a huge food enthusiast.
I love it.
Always puts out a list of his top 100 places that he eats that year, all the stuff. And he asked me if I would be his co-host, and I was like, hell yeah, that sounds like a great little job. I would love to sit in Cantor's Deli and eat during a podcast and just talk with friends. That sounds amazing. Great. So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's really fun.
Are you guys eating food not from Cantor's?
No, it's only from Cantor's.
Only from Cantor's. So you guys are diving in. You're going to be giving people insight on what to order from Cantor's.
Listen, I have a list. If next time you go to Cantor's, just, get a little grilled cheese
on
sourdough. Ask for sourdough because usually it's on challah. Sourdough, grilled cheese, add tomato, fries on the side. Very nice. Very nice. I like classic deli dinery experience.
I agree. Okay,
so like that or like a Reuben, like a little pastrami, hot pastrami.
Hey.
It's very nice.
Okay, but here's my question.
Yes, tell me.
When I get a grilled cheese, I like American cheese on it. I'm not here for the whole like 4 cheese grilled cheese, cheddar cheese.
Can I tell you something?
It's not for me.
I am with you, but can I blow your mind a little bit?
Please.
There is a new American cheese called New School American cheese that is beautiful.
Where do you get this?
I will send you some because it's my friend Eric Greenspan's company.
Please.
I'm telling you,
I need to get in the food space.
Yeah, you do. It's the best
am I doing here?
You will love this product because it's just like a very clean version of American cheese. And I'm telling you.
Please send it my way.
Stunning.
I need a lot of it. I need a lot of it. You are dating a chef.
I am fully dating a chef.
That is very on brand.
It's so on brand.
Very on brand. I see your stories and you're like, get you a chef. And I'm like, no, like, but actually. Like, what the fuck? This girl knows how to work in the food world. Like, what the fuck? So you guys met. Did you meet when he was at Broad Street?
Yes.
Okay, tell me the story.
I love when anybody brings up my boyfriend so I can bring up this story of how we met. Okay. We met at Coachella. He was running the Broad Street Oyster Company booth.
Okay, first off, oysters at Coachella is a crazy vibe.
And that's just so glad
anyone
you
who
said
doesn't
that.
know Coachella.
Yes.
That's what it makes Coachella. They got oysters there.
No, it's crazy.
Like what?
It's crazy. Okay. So, but they have lobster rolls. They have all these nice things.
I love their
But we go
rolls.
over there with some food friends of mine, Bert Bachman. Mm-hmm. He's who introduced us, so I want to say his name.
Shout out to Bert.
Shout out to Bert. Bert brings me over. All right. We're young. Bert's like a dad. Bert's like a little older. And the other guys, my other food friends, they're also a little older, okay? So I'm expecting, he says, let's go to my guy. He's got oysters. I'm expecting, that's my Bert impression, everybody.
That's amazing. I need to hear his voice now.
You do. I'm expecting older gentleman to be serving oysters. No, it was this young, cute man. And,
love it first sight.
And he was like, hey, how are you? Could I get you some oysters? And I was like, no. So sorry. But like, a little background thing. I've had food poisoning from oysters twice. Like, as you said, Coachella is just not the place to have oysters.
It's a crazy vibe.
In our opinion, right? Okay. So he says, so no oysters. All right. Do you like caviar? And I was like, actually, yes, I do. I love caviar. And he goes, okay, one sec. He goes to the back and he brings out this giant thing of caviar.
Like a whole container.
A whole container of it with chips and creme fraiche. And he says, that's for you. I was like, good sir, what? What do you mean that's for me? He was like, yeah, that's for you. And I was like, oh my God, okay. I'm eating it. I'm having the time of my life. My friends come. I run away with my friends into the night of Coachella. So fun, great. I wake up the next morning and I text Bert Bachman. Who was that guy that gave me caviar? I have a huge crush on him.
I need to date him.
Yeah, now. He said his name is Mason Royal. I go look him up on Instagram, and I see that he had followed me the night before and DM'd me, and I did not see it.
Wow.
And so I messaged him back, and I was like, oh my God, hi. And we've been dating ever since.
That is crazy. I have a follow-up question immediately.
Yes.
Wait, so like when he just did that.
Yeah.
Like he was instant, like did Bert like, tell him in advance, like this is the girl for you? Like there was nothing. He just like met you and was like, I need to give this girl this caviar and then I'm going to find her.
In his words, he says like, could not let me get away. But when I turned down the oysters, he was like, all right, let's try caviar.
That is insane. That is
insane.
And
very
so
nice.
Did he ask Bert to find you? Like how did he find you?
So we had talked. He knew my name, looked me up on Instagram, followed, DM'd.
Wow.
But apparently, I mean, like, I wish he was here to like tell this part.
I'm like, I need to hear this
right
part.
after I walked away, he like, we both, I don't know what it was. It was like a little
Chemistry.
electric vibe. But he turned to his friend. He was like, I'm gonna make that girl my girl. And he did. And now we're here living together.
How long is it? You live together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's been
amazing.
over a year. He's just the absolute most wonderful person I've ever met. He has the biggest heart, and he is the most understanding, patient, loyal, loving person.
You couldn't deserve it more. I'm so happy for you.
It's not just me, though, who loves him. Like, my entire family is obsessed with him.
He's not the best.
You know what he does? He calms everyone. My whole family, we all have anxiety. I mean, I'm medicated for it. I'm the only one in my family medicated for it, but...
Shout out to the meds.
Literally, yes. But he calms everyone. And I realized with him, you know, in my last relationship, I was caused so much anxiety that I had to start Prozac.
Wow.
And I didn't realize, like, how much a person can, like, fuck with your system.
Oh, absolutely. It's crazy.
I didn't realize that.
No,
I thought
it's
it was
crazy.
me. Like, oh, he doesn't like me enough, and he's not nice to me, and why is he lying all the time? Like, what am I doing wrong?
Yep.
No, it's just like not the right person for you. And when you meet the right person, everything will align. It's so funny because like people always say like, oh, he gives me butterflies. I think the right person will actually settle your stomach.
Yeah.
You know?
It's facts.
Yeah.
It's so true. And I'm so happy that you found that. You deserve it.
Thanks.
That's really sweet. Does he cook for your family?
Oh, all the time. Mason makes incredible dinners. He's worked at a ton of restaurants. And so his background cuisine-wise is like all over.
Yeah.
And what we love to do is host dinner parties. So you have to come to a dinner party.
You tell me when and where.
But that is kind of what we're centering our restaurant concept around.
I love that.
It's centered around our dinner parties. We want our guests at our restaurant to feel like they are coming to our home for a meal.
Absolutely.
And so the table will look like it would if I set the table. Oh, and
that's so charming and like
it'll
homey.
Yeah. It's meant to feel like very family style and long table vibe. And,
I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. You have all these different things. You have a podcast, a book, which is...
I do have a book.
A best-selling book, a New York Times best-selling book, which is crazy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about the book and how it kind of came about.
Yeah, so back to my dad. He, his food show really draws the attention of children.
Yeah.
Like little kids will submit videos of them impersonating his like funny faces that he makes when he tries to bite of food and like dances for the camera.
Oh,
like
that's so
it's
cute.
so cute. And so I texted him and I was like, hey, you should write a kid's book. It would do really well.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, I'll do it if you write it with me. I was like, great, sure. So we sat down, we wrote it in his kitchen, and it's called Just Try It with Simon & Schuster, our publisher. And it's so great. We have had so much fun. I just met a chef the other day, came up to me and said, you have changed the way my kid eats. And I was like, stop it right now.
Insane.
Don't talk to me. I'm going to cry. And
that's
like,
amazing.
No, now anytime we want them to try something new, he just looks at me and says, just try it, and takes a bite. And I'm like, oh my God, that is
like
so
literally
cool.
What you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Like you really did that.
Exactly. And so
that's
I'm
amazing.
really excited. We're writing the second book right now. It's going to be in the same like umbrella of Just Try It. So it'll be Just Try It and then
something
subdivision of what to try.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You have a podcast now. You are an actress. You are a foodie, a professional foodie, and you have a book. You have so many different things that you do. What would you say, like, if someone asked you, like, what is your description of yourself? Like, who is Lily Rosenthal to you?
I think I would say food enthusiast.
Absolutely.
Food enthusiast, author, actress.
I love it.
I think those would be my main titles. I like the phrase food enthusiast because, as we've discussed, I cannot cook. I just am really enthusiastic about food. If you need a recommendation, you can always text me. I feel like that is my strong suit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I love that. Well, let's eat some food.
Yes, please.
If you're down.
Oh my God.
I'm
so
starving.
excited.
And
yes.
let's eat some food.
Yes.
Let me grab it.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Postmates.
Shout out to Postmates.
I've ordered from Heavy Handed, which I don't even know if you can see me right now, but Heavy Handed just opened in Studio City, and we ordered on Postmates 2 burgers, and we ordered them a specific way. We'll tell you guys more about it. We're going to switch up the camera so you can see the angle a little bit better and eat some food and do a little mukbang. Is it mukbang?
Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
We're going to do one of those with a little Q&A, and I'm just going to give Lily some funny rapid fire questions while we eat our burgers.
Yes, love.
All right. Okay, so we are going to do a little unboxing of the food for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know which one is no onions, but we'll find out.
Are you a no onion type of person?
I am that person. Okay, well, does anyone want a soda? You want a soda?
It's a Diet Coke.
Wow, this looks insane.
But bestie, I could not tell you if this had onions or not.
I can't either, so I'm just gonna.
But I'm worried for you. I don't want.
No, I'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll live. Okay, we are sitting. We are now going to eat a meal together, and we're gonna do a little
rapid
Q&A, rapid fire while we eat. First things first, just to tell you guys what we ordered from Heavy Handed. We got the doubles. We got a double with. We got it Jeff's Way.
Jeff's Way, which is.
Do you know Jeff?
I don't know Jeff.
Okay, I don't know Jeff either, but
I wish I knew Jeff.
We added fries with
nice.
ketchup inside the burger, so the burger literally has fries inside of it, which is kind of sick in a good way.
Yeah, in a really nice way.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Heavy Handed. We love you.
Heavy Handed, Max and Danny, the best. They started in the pandemic as a little truck, and now they have 2 locations. Very proud of them.
Wow. Wow.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I'm a big burger girl.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
What are some other burgers that you love?
Easy Street.
I don't know that one. Shit, I'm embarrassed.
You need to try Easy Street.
Let's cut everything. I am so embarrassed.
No, it's really good. Okay.
Okay, tell me.
What is your In-N-Out order?
Double. Raw onions.
Hot take.
Need the raw onions. Fries. And extra spread on the side.
Do you actually like the fries?
No.
Truthful answer. I appreciate it. And I agree.
I order them anyway.
Oh, you have to have the fries.
Have to have fries.
But they're not good.
No, but it's a vehicle for the sauce, which I love.
A vehicle for the sauce.
Vehicle for the sauce.
I love that.
That's all you need in life is a vehicle.
All right. Best bagel you've had in LA. Honest answer.
Courage.
I've never
Sorry.
had it.
What?
I haven't had it.
Allie, we need to go on a food crawl.
Should we just have like a weekend?
Yeah.
We might just need to
weekend.
like have a weekend.
We need a weekend where I just show you all the places. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I'm going to read the book first.
Yeah.
So I can train myself.
Yeah, perfect.
And
this is a little messy.
Great. It's very messy.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
If you're listening and you hear barking, my dog smells the food that we're eating and he wants it, so ignore him.
Listen, it's a rave review for Heavy Handed.
Absolutely. Okay. Do you think Courage Bagels is better than New York Bagels? Wow, that was a yes. If you didn't hear her, that was a yes.
It was a silent yes because I don't want any
You don't
backlash.
want anyone to hear you? Okay, we'll keep it under wraps. Okay, what's a restaurant opening that you're excited about that's coming up soon?
Okay. This is from my childhood. Itzakaya by Katsuya on 3rd Street had a fire.
Really?
And they are going to be reopening soon, and I'm very excited about it.
Wow.
Also, Carla Cafe, 2 doors down, will also be opening. Very excited.
I like Carla Cafe.
Yeah, it's a stunning, like, by the pool sandwich or salad, you know?
You know, it's funny you say that because I remember eating that sandwich for the first time sitting outside by the pool. And I'm not just saying that. Like, that was the first time I tried it, was outside.
There you go. They've done their job.
I love it. Okay, what neighborhood in LA has the best food?
Oh my God, that's so hard. Because I think all of LA, is the best food city in the country.
I agree. Let's
Let's go with the San Gabriel Valley. Because
Okay.
we have, dim sum.
We've established.
Jirong Peking duck is over there too. That's insane. Do you like Peking duck?
Never had it.
Oh my God, Allie.
I'm not picky, but there's just things I just don't eat. Like I don't push myself to try certain things because I have like food aversions.
Okay, that's fair. Let's grow together.
It's real.
We'll try. If you don't like it, we won't continue.
Okay. I'm open to it. I'll give it a chance. I will give it a chance.
Beautiful. Okay.
All right. What do you think about Erewhon?
Love.
I
love Erewhon.
What do you think is overrated at Erewhon? Because I feel like you have to think something. Oh. Okay, explain.
Listen, let me explain. I love Erewhon. Mm-hmm. I do. It's so easy and so, like, reliable, consistent. Can I compare it to, like, the food scene in LA? No. But is it the perfect thing to pick up after a long day at work or a workout or,
Absolutely.
you know, like, it's so easy. Something they do incredibly well is a smoothie. Thine lady,
it's
Hailey Bieber,
I just
has
have
done,
to say, it's not fake. Like what you see on social media about this smoothie, like they are the best smoothies I've ever had. They are too expensive, but they are so freaking good.
It is phenomenal. And everybody that I show the smoothie to is like, wow, can't believe it's that good. And I'm like, I know.
It's that good. It's actually that good. What is your favorite date night spot?
My favorite date would be any omakase meal. Mm-hmm. But we really love just sitting at the bar at Sushi Fumi. That's like, we can go in sweats.
Sushi Fumi is the best sushi I've
ever had. It's so good.
Why is it so good?
I don't know. We had a family friend staying with us from New York. He was like, yeah, I tried this new place, Sushi Fumi. Nobody was in there, but it was great. And so we went. No, this was like 10 years ago. No one was there. It was like empty, nothing. And now, if you go...
You have to get there at 5.
You have to get there at 5.
Or lunch.
Or, yeah, but the
early
line
for lunch too.
Is insane.
It's crazy. But not everyone is like... It's like line, but not everyone knows about it. So it's a weird thing because it's like, if you know, and you know there's going to be a wait. And if you try to go after 5:30, don't try.
It's rude. They used to have an omakase there. They took it off the menu because it just got so like packed.
It's so good there.
But
I love it. What restaurant has the best margarita?
Best margarita? Okay. I'm going to maybe say something a little crazy here.
Tell me.
Republique. Republique for dinner. They have a margarita type drink that is called the celery. Phenomenal.
Is there celery in it?
It's, I want to say yes, but it doesn't taste like celery. I'm telling you, it's the most gorgeous drink, and it's spicy, and I like it. So I'm not consistent with my spice levels.
I need to understand your spice. We need to
I
like.
don't understand
I almost
it either.
wish we were trying things that are spicy and like figuring out
Like,
what works and what doesn't work.
It's
for
like
you. Wasabi.
Love wasabi. See, I don't make any sense.
I officially don't understand you. This is where we don't understand each other because I absolutely love wasabi, but that shit hurts.
No, I love it.
But like in the best way.
But
I
that's
love
like
it.
horseradish.
No,
like
I
sharp,
really go crazy.
You know?
Yes.
I feel like there's a difference between like when
I have a hot sauce
sharp
in my fridge. I want to see if you like it.
What is it? I love like
Yellow Bird. It's called Yellow Bird.
What is
You're like, I'm scared. No, it's literally just like a hot sauce. It's habanero.
No. Habanero is a no-go. I can't do habanero.
It honestly does hurt. It hurts. I don't want it to overpower my food. Like, I want to enjoy the food.
Like, what spice level do you get when you get, like, Howlin' Rays?
What's that?
No.
Is that a place?
Yes.
Oh, I've never
my God.
had that.
It's the best fried chicken sandwich in LA. Okay.
I thought
that's a crazy claim.
Honor Bar? You don't think?
Oh my God. Allie, we need to go eat more food together. This is crazy.
You tell me when, because I'm telling you I will be there.
Yeah.
I'm literally going to write this down because I'm like, I need...
Howlin' Ray's fried chicken sandwich is phenomenal.
I'm writing it down. Okay. Best place for brunch.
I would say dim sum, Sea Harbor. But depends what you're looking for. If you don't want dim sum, I would say Republique has the best brunch.
Okay. I really need to go to more places.
You really do.
What do you think of Din Tai Fung?
Love.
Do you find that it's ever like time, like it has days where it's not hitting?
I don't think I go enough to notice.
I think I do. I think that's a me thing because I have it a lot. Soup dumplings. Mm-hmm. They just added chicken ones, which like I appreciate them for that, but like
it's not for you.
It just doesn't hit the same. Mm-hmm. Like the pork, I don't even really like pork like that, but like I'll have pork soup dumplings, you know? Uh-huh. I get that. The hot and sour soup is the best hot and sour soup I've ever had, and I like love hot and sour soup. I don't really feel like people talk about hot and sour soup very often, but like it's fire. Okay, what restaurant is always worth sitting in traffic for?
Bistro Naz?
Never heard of that.
That's another one. Far.
It's far. Yeah. Okay, amazing. People are really getting good tips out of this one. Okay, best smashburger in town. Do we dare say heavy-handed?
Heavy-handed.
It's the best.
The best.
Okay, best place to celebrate your birthday.
I have my birthday every year at either Republique or Heavy-Handed.
That's amazing.
So either one of those.
Wow. All right. Well, shout out.
For like a group setting, Escuela is so fun.
Escuela is really fun.
It's really fun. The burritos are amazing. I would say skip the tacos. You don't need the tacos, but have the shrimp burrito, the Wagyu burrito. Incredible. The best chips and guac. The margaritas are great. And the energy in there is just like lively and fun. That's a great place for a birthday dinner.
I love it. Okay. I'm going to ask you one more. Best breakfast burrito.
Oh, such a good question.
Right?
Yeah.
I personally just have decided I just don't think I like a breakfast burrito. Oh. I am from New York. I want my bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll with salt and pepper and a hash brown. Like, that's what I want.
That makes sense to me. I was really not a breakfast sandwich person for a really long time. And then I had Daily Provisions breakfast sandwich, and it changed the game for me. Anyway, breakfast burrito. Okay, I'm going to say something that probably people will hate.
Tell me.
Great White has an amazing breakfast burrito.
I have heard this.
It's a great breakfast burrito. Like, I wish I did not have that answer. I love Great White. We go all the time because I live right next to Larchmont.
Yeah.
And, like, it's right there. Yeah, that's such a good. Waken Late is another really good one.
I've had that one.
I used to order that
one a lot. And I like their green sauce, whatever the fuck that's
called.
It's
like a creamy cilantro
that's
thing.
like my favorite sauce.
Yeah,
those are good ones. Good. Lily's in Venice.
Lily's, yeah. I've had...
Big. Really
it's a
big.
Huge breakfast burrito.
My friend had one the other day and sent me a picture of it next to her head, and it was actually looking larger than her head.
No.
So I was like, that's too big.
Someone told me that the regular burrito from Lily's is better than the breakfast burrito.
Someone else,
I'm curious about that.
I think I saw that on TikTok the other day.
Someone.
A TikTok. I might have, because I swear I just heard that too, and I'm like, I feel like I just saw that
maybe
on
it was
TikTok.
a TikTok. Maybe I am caught red-handed, and I don't have a friend that told me it. It's a TikTok.
I'm dead. Okay, well, we're going to continue eating, everyone, and doing our thing. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I actually had the best time taping with you, and this was just, I'm so glad we finally did it. I feel like it's been like in the works for so long, and I'm so happy that you're here. I'm just so glad that you were here and so open with me, so thank you.
Oh my God, thank you, Allie. Thanks for having me.
You're the best.
Love you.
Thank you all so much for listening. We will see you next week on Try to Figure It Out, and we are going to get back to our dinner.
Bye.
Bye.